Tonight, from Austin, Texas, it's a special New Year's Eve edition of the NFL on EA Sports. It's the Austin Armadillos taking on San Diego.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between our visitors and the Austin Armadillos. Hello again, everyone. I'm Brandon Gaudin. To my left, Charles Davis. And, Charles, you focus on this Austin team entering play. They come into this one knowing it's been a while. Here we go. The final week of the NFL season. Week 17 is underway. Now Jones. And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line. So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. Ryan Tannehill will be orchestrating the offense, the top 10 pick back in 2012.
And it'll be interesting to see pretty early in this one exactly where his head is, because the best quarterbacks shake off performances like he had last week. Way too many interceptions. Didn't throw a touchdown pass. Team lost the game. Let's see if he can bounce back and get things going in the right direction.
He'll be trying to forget those 3 picks, as you noted. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31.
6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4. At the
looking to throw again on 2nd down. Tannehill. And that one off the mark behind him. Incomplete.
Brings up 3rd down and 4.
Here's Tannehill. Looking for his running back, and he's got him. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line.
Complete to Miles Gaskin.
In order for a screen pass to break big, a lot of things have to come together and be well executed. But all it takes is one small thing to go wrong and keep it from being a big game.
They bring their punter out there now. He'll kick it away after a 3-and-out on the opening drive of the game. And just a single punt for him in the loss last week as he sends this one away. So a change of possession here on the punt. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. And they will be led out by their 6'4" quarterback.
It's week 17, Brandon, and I'm just going to go ahead and say it. He's not going to win the MVP award. But that doesn't mean to me that he shouldn't get strong consideration. I think he's been terrific this year.
He has, and I think the highest praise came from the coaching staff telling us that he's been more vital to our team than any other quarterback in the league. If your coaches are saying that, you feel pretty good.
Yeah, I actually heard from an opposing coach earlier this week where he said, look, he's not going to win it, but he should. He's been the best player we played against this season.
2nd and 6.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. There's a throw over the middle. It's taken in by his tight end. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. 7 yards there and a 1st down.
That was a route run not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to 1.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
No gain on the play.
Here's 2nd and 10.
at the 39-yard line.
Now it's Hines. And he takes this up right near the 45-yard line. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
And on 3rd down, a nickel formation here defensively. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Carlton Davis picks it, and his guys will take over at the 30-yard line.
That was a really nice interception. I think it illustrates the differences between playing man and playing zone. When you're in man, all you're focused on is the receiver in front of you. But when you're in zone, you're allowed to read the quarterback's eyes and go to the ball. That's exactly what happened on that play.
So out now comes the offense back onto the field. And it's all come down to this, hasn't it? Final week of the regular season. As this year's playoffs play out anything like the regular season has gone, could be in for a wild and fun month of January.
And we can break the rules because we can look ahead. All right, there's not a coach out there that's ever said to their team, all right, let's look three weeks down the road. It's always right here, right now. Forget that. Think about what the playoffs are going to look like. The teams that we see that are already in, the teams that are trying to get in, we could have some great matchups.
These are his numbers from last week's contest. 17 carries, 76 yards, and a touchdown.
After the last game, they have plenty of reason to be confident in their running game. And even though they're facing a top 10 defense, they're not going to shy away from doing what they do best. Make them adjust to them. Make them stop what they do before they go to any type of a changeup.
It's a gain of 5. Brings up 3rd.
This is Gaskin on the carry. And he will have first down yardage as he's brought down at the 41.
That's good.
Give him 3 yards and a fresh set of downs.
That's about what you would expect since they're so efficient on picking up 3rd downs in the top 5 in the NFL. It's all a mindset, and I guarantee you it started in the offseason. 3rd down's important to them. They find a way to pick them up at a very good clip.
Counting down toward the midway point in quarter 1. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. He was looking to get it to Parker again.
Hey. 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line.
Now a first down throw, Tannehill. He's got Njoku, his big tight end, and brought down, but able to get it to their 30-yard line. Another big gainer that time. This one goes for 19 yards.
Well, I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons everywhere, and they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people, but you absolutely know they want to get this man involved as well, and that's what they just did on that play.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. From the gun, here's Tannehill. This is the tight end, Njoku. And he's able to get it to the edge of the red zone at the 20-yard line. This drive, it's been a good mix. 3 passing plays, 3 runs, hitting on all 3 of those passes, and the last one putting him in the red zone.
So wouldn't you think play action right here? Because you've got the ability and had the ability to run it and throw it. Go play action and take your shot at the end zone.
Here's Gaskin. And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19. A gain of just a yard, but it's a first down. A much different second drive here, Charles. They go 3 and out the first time. This time they've been able to sustain something downfield.
And that's what often happens. You get the game started. You know, you have to get your footing underneath you. You have to get used to the flow of the game, the speed of the game. And sometimes that first drive is more of a probing drive. It appears they found something here in the second one.
Now whistles here, and we've got a man down. Man down on the field. And this is certainly not what you want to see in the final week of the year. We'll be back. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. They'll run now with Gaskin. He will push his way down to about the 14. Call it a gain of a couple, and that's going to leave him with a 3rd and about 5.
It's a gain of 2. Brings up 3rd and 5.
Now it's Tannehill. And probably the wise decision there. No one open. He just throws it away. And that keeps the field goal on the table as it's 4th down.
A lot of times it's that first read that you have. Maybe you get it in pre-snap, and he locked in on his target, but he was covered quite well, and that one's incomplete.
Makes the score Armadillos 3, Dragons nothing.
So the field goal there caps what winds up to be an 11-play drive.
Well, partner, that's a lot of offense to run there to only get 3 points. So I just wonder, are they going to recycle those plays because they were successful in getting 3? Or do you go to another section of the playbook trying to find ones that get you into the end zone and get you 6?
And 10 at their own 32-yard line.
Now we get a peek at the captain of this offense heading back out there. And he comes out on the heels of an interception he threw last time they had the ball.
Yeah, and you know, the quarterbacks that I know that are the best ones, the ones that really know how to lead their team, they tell them, that's on me. That's my bad. But let's go back out there and move ahead again, guys. We can get this done.
One good thing for him, it did only lead to 3 points and not a touchdown after that turnover.
Big thanks to the defense.
Devin Duvernay, the intended receiver. And that'll bring up 2nd down. Throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete. Josiah DeGuara, the intended receiver. And it's 3rd down.
They're giving him some different looks here defensively in the early going. He's only hit 2 of his first 5 passes. With a big 3rd down coming up, he's hoping he's got a play dialed up that can take advantage of whatever the defense throws at him.
Trying to lay one up deep. And that is incomplete.
Every offense tells you they want to come out and start fast. That's not unusual at all. But this group, they've yet to get much rolling through their first 2 drives. It looks like they have to give up the football again after this one.
It's a 42-yard punt. They keep him to just a yard on the return. David Njoku and the rest of the offense heading back out onto the field. Unless he has a Julio Jones-type 300-yard game in him that Julio did against the Panthers in 2016, probably not going to reach 1,000, but still pretty good year.
I think you're right. It's a pretty good year for him, but let's face it, every receiver's dream is to have a game like Julio Jones had against the Carolina Panthers. It's 300 yards on the nose, and it didn't matter what coverage they sent his way, he solved it each and every time. Maybe our guy can get that way in this ballgame. Let's see. Well, they came into this game saying it was important that they set the tone and show that they can run the football. And I believe that they've done that here in the first quarter.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Back to throw, Tannehill. Looking for Allen. He's got him on the slant. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last 2 plays. And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. That one unable to develop, never got going. A loss of a couple, and it's 2nd down.
I like the idea to mix it up from time to time because, let's face it, you can't be predictable. But the execution was a little lacking on this one, right? They might want to go back to the drawing board with that call.
3-0 after 1 on EA Sports.
Armadillos 3, Dragons nothing.
Behind the chain, 2nd and 12. A shotgun snap for Tannehill. Throws left side, completes to Keenan Allen. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. 22 yards on the catch and run, a 1st down. If you're going to blitz, likely going to leave you in man coverage with this guy, and that is less than ideal.
It is, because just about any offense that has an elite receiver, if you blitz and have him in man coverage, you're going to him, even if he has an elite defender on him, because he usually knows where the ball is before the defender does.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Tannehill throwing again. He's got Njoku over the middle. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the red zone here at the 22-yard line. They'll contain him to just 4. Second down.
Well, they're unable to convert that into much, but it's never a bad idea to try to get the ball into a tight end of his caliber's hands and see what kind of disruption he can cause.
4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. Throwing again is Tannehill. And over the middle, this is Parker. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. 11 yards there, first down. Seems as if the passing attack's starting to heat up a little bit here in the second quarter.
You can sense and you can see the momentum because now they're reading their patterns downfield, they're understanding the coverages, and they're finding the open holes in the defense.
And now it looks like we're going to get a timeout here. We've got a man shaken up. And this is certainly not what you want to see in the final week of the year. We'll be back. That loss of 3, a rare stumble on a promising drive. Here's 2nd and 13. And they'll go ground game here with a tailback. And he'll fight his way down right around the 12. A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive.
A gain of a yard makes it 3rd and 11.
Throwing on 3rd down, Tannehill. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down. Another good drive, Charles, but it looks like another that might end in a field goal try.
They've made some nice plays. They've given themselves opportunities, but as you noted, another field goal attempt coming up. And that's not how they want to end drives. They've got to figure out what's the final touch that they need to push it across the goal line.
Yeah, still yet to find the end zone. And his kick here is good. And they're able to double their lead in this first half. It's 6-0.
Dragons, nothing.
No problems in the field goal department so far. He's 2 for 2.
Pretty reliable here in this game, isn't he? And to me, that bodes well for them. If they need him late in the game, his confidence should be sky high.
And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25.
At their own 26-yard line.
Our visitors getting set to take over on offense. And the magnitude of this game, everybody knows it. The fans, obviously the players and coaches, there's just with them a palpable buzz right now. They know they control their own destiny.
Win and you're in. And I think every player wants that. I think every coach wants that. I haven't been an organization yet that wants to be in a game where they have to rely on other teams to get them to their goals. In this situation, it's very cut and dry. Win, and you're in the playoffs. That's their mission. That's their challenge. And you know they've chosen to accept it.
And what they told us is this has been the most focused week of practice we've had all year. You wouldn't expect any different.
Yeah, and you know, at the beginning of the season, you have multiple goals. They just have one now. Win the game.
And the hole closes quickly. He gets it across the 35 to the 36-yard line. It'll be a gain of 2 on the play, but they'll remain a few inches short here with 3rd down looming. And he will have a first down as they get him to the ground at the 37. It'll be a pickup of only a yard.
And this is just a little touch pass. They send the receiver in motion, just kind of tap it forward to him. Now, it doesn't turn into a huge play, but they do pick up a first down, a nice, consistent gain.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. They'll run on 1st down. Hines, and he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7.
40-yard line. It's a pickup of 3. Brings up 2nd and 7.
On 2nd down, here's a keeper by the QB. And he fumbled it. It's on the ground. And this will be scooped up by the defense. And his crew will take over at their own 45-yard line. Always costly to cough up that football. These defenders, they become so adept, though, at jarring it free.
Yeah, it's amazing that there aren't more fumbles caused because now, if you're an offensive player, You go through ball security drills every single day. It's really not out of line to think you should take the ball to bed with you and just hold on to it. But the bottom line is, no matter how much you try to protect it, these guys are pretty good at finding ways to knock it out.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. Now, they're about to come up on drive number 4, but so far just 2 field goals on drives 1 through 3.
Wondering if the head coach has talked with his offense coordinator and said, look, let's go ahead and press this a little bit. I'm giving you 4 downs on just about every occasion to try and get this offense kick-started and have it culminate in touchdowns. You know, maybe something to press it a little bit. This might be the case. Fired that one in there, able to make connection on a nice in route.
With those faster passes and they're going that fast, any hesitation as a quarterback that the deflection, if you miss, might be bigger and lead to an interception?
Yeah, and the deflection works both ways. Maybe a defender gets a hand in the way and it pops in the air, and sometimes you throw it so hard your receiver can't handle it, and he pops it up in the air for the defenders to grab as well.
But a moot point there as they were able to connect.
1st and 10 at the 44.
They run the option here on 1st and 10. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. 11 yards on the pickup there. Seemed like a couple sets of eyes were on the quarterback, so he decided, hey, I'm going to hand this off. Got a good gain out of it.
And you know you need good blocking up front in order to gain yardage, but every one of these RPOs, if you do it right and they look the same, whether it's handed off inside or the quarterback keeps it, that allows you to fool the defense so often. And in this case, fooled them with the inside run.
On the handoff, it's Gaskin. And he's able to break out of 1 tackle, but then quickly brought down. Just a yard on the 1st down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
A gain of a yard. Brings up 2nd and 9.
They'll try the air now with Tannehill. And he finds a man with a crossing route. And taking it to the 15-yard line before it's brought down. It's a pickup of 17 and a 1st down.
They've looked his way quite a bit, and in my estimation, as well they should.
Well, that's now 5 catches in this first half alone.
And he picks up another 1st down. He's been an important part of their offense here early.
Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10. From the red zone now, Tannehill. And this is complete. It's Allen. And he'll be taken down at the 2-yard line. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another 1st down.
1st down.
Here's Tannehill. And he will take this one in for a touchdown. David Njoku, his 6th touchdown of the season. And his guys find a way to stretch that lead.
You get down near the goal line, this is where having a sure-handed tight end becomes a luxury, and it pays off big time, especially when the defense sells out against the run, and he finds himself open for an easy touchdown.
Point after try forthcoming. And he's got it to make it now 13-0. So that winds up a 7-play drive all told.
13. Dragons, nothing.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. Fielded just outside the goal line. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line.
And 10 at their own 29-yard line.
Now here's the signal caller getting ready to lead this offense again. He's got to dig deep here, doesn't he? Team's losing. He's not playing well either.
And they always tell you, don't press. You'll make things a little bit worse. But in this particular situation, you try and heighten your play a little bit. So far, he's thrown 1 interception. He wants to balance that off with at least 1 touchdown pass in order to get his team back moving forward.
Josiah DeGuara, the intended receiver, but it's going to be 2nd down.
Normally, being a big-bodied receiver plays to their advantage downfield. Go up and make the catch, take the hit, and pick up yardage. But in this case, the hit was timed really well and popped it free from his grasp.
Throwing middle, but it's incomplete.
They have to like what they've done defensively here at the outset of this drive. They forced a couple of incomplete passes, bring up a 3rd and 10. Don't be surprised to bring a little pressure on this snap.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. And now another one thrown incomplete. The passing game not in sync here early. And now it's 4th down.
How about some applause for the defense there? They forced him to throw that one into coverage, and just like that, they're staring at a 4th down. Well done.
44 on his first punt, and this is a good kick as well. Second quarter action, 1:56 remaining. Coming up in a couple of minutes, we'll get you to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. The coach will have stats and scores from earlier today in the NFL. Out of the gun, Tannehill. This short pass into the hands of Njoku. That catch good for only a couple. So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on first down.
At the 24-yard
throw left side, caught by the tight end Njoku. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down.
That's a gain of 5.
Tannehill now to throw.
And 3.
Escaping the pressure right. He can run for it, and he will. Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with a tick under a minute to go before half. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Here's Tannehill. Now a loose football. The ball comes out, and this is picked up by the defense. And to the 43. So down inside the 45 to the 43-yard line. That's where they'll take over. Obviously, you got to hold on to the football, but I've got to give credit to the defense there. Good job of knocking it free.
Yeah, because a lot of the time we just blame the offensive players for not taking care of it. How about the effort of the defensive players knowing that guys are going to, and if they're good, anticipate the contact coming and try and cover up the football. And they still find ways to knock it free.
They'll come out throwing here on first down. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Knight. Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. They'll look to throw here on first down. That's taken in by Duvernay. And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. Now another timeout called for by the offense as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And he's not able to get away. Sacked back at the 22. Josh Allen in there to get him. And on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him.
Well, someone's been up to the task so far in this game. They are already up a couple of scores, Brandon. And guess what? I think they're just going to pin their ears back now and get upfield and get after the quarterback.
Been such an impressive first half to get that lead. And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. Open man is Duvernay. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down. Now here's a timeout as they're going to get it with 8 seconds remaining here in the first half. So on 3rd down, the field goal unit will come out as they'll try to get 3 before half. This just a 35-yard attempt from the left hash. And his kick is good. And they will indeed get on the board here, but still trailing. It's now 13-3.
Dragons 3.
Well, not the best first half facing this deficit, but at least they did put 3 on the board before half.
Yeah, it's a little bit like that stormy, cloudy day, and the sun peeks through just for a second. They saw the sun there. They're hoping to see a little bit more of it in the second half.
So we've reached halftime here on New Year's Eve as we send you on over to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman in our EA Sports Halftime Report. Take it away, Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. We'll get back to you and Charles in a minute. But first, time to give the folks at home a look at what's going on around the NFL. We'll begin out in the Windy City of Chicago. And that's been a back-and-forth game, all tied in the second quarter. Next, we head off to check out another game. And you can see they are scoreless as they play the second quarter. Lastly, let's check on one final game for you. And you can see they are scoreless as they play the second quarter. Meanwhile, in our game, it's been a back-and-forth first half. who can put it together in the second half? For the answer, we turn it back over to our broadcast team of Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. The final 2 quarters of the NFL regular season are upon us as the second half of Week 17 is underway. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24.
First down and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
So here are visitors to take over on offense. And, Charles, they're certainly still right in this game, but they need that offense to wake up and in a hurry.
Yeah, I like the way you put it. They certainly did seem to sleepwalk a bit in the first half. Now that their defense has done its job, it's their turn now to go out and try and get some points.
They begin the drive with Hines. And now they're going to get him down right at the line of scrimmage.
Hines, the ball.
No gain on the play there. Second down. You know, despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this game.
I'm going to follow right along with you because the spot they're in now is a credit to their defense. They've kept them in it by making the plays that they've made, and that just means you're one big score away from being right back there.
Now the question is, can this offense step up and make that play? Because that's been an issue for them in this game. They will find Davis. That's complete. He was held without a catch in the first half, but he's got one here, and he also picks up a first down.
That's a play that will likely be forgotten when you talk about big moments in this game. But plays like this are critical to keep drives going. And if points result, we'll call this play significant.
Back to throw now on first down. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down.
For Corey Davis, incomplete. Brings up second and 10.
There's a throw over the middle. It's taken in by his tight end. And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line. Give him 14 on that one and a first down.
First down, Dragons.
Again, he'll drop to throw. He'll find his tight end here, DeGuara. And they're able to get this one past the 30 to the 25-yard line. This duo locked in, 14 yards there, and a first down. I don't know what they talked about at halftime. Whatever it was, it worked. They look like a different team here in the third quarter.
Yeah, I doubt that there are very many trash cans that got kicked over that type of a speech. I think what they did was they analyzed what worked in the first half, what didn't, and figured out a better game plan.
First down, Dragons.
Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. That is caught at the 7-yard line. And here he'll get it down to the 7. 5 yards on the catch there. Brings up second down.
Second and 5 at the 7-yard line.
And it's caught. Touchdown.
Touchdown.
Josiah DeGuara. His 4th touchdown on the year. And his guys are able to make this a close game again.
That's almost just not right. You cover everybody, but those tight ends, they can be awfully reliable.
Very reliable. The defense just has to hate those guys.
Just drives them crazy because oftentimes you can't match up with them. They have you either with size, speed, or maybe even just strength.
Now the extra point try forthcoming. And he puts it through. They're within 3. It's 13-10. A good drive that time as they go 9 plays in all.
13. Dragons 10.
So just a 3-point game now as they send this one away. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25.
They'll take over. First down and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the second half. And they had the fumble last time that led to a touchdown. That's a no-no. We'll see what they do here this go-around.
A big no-no. Put that in capital letters. Turning it over, the other team takes it down and scores. That can be a deflator for a football team. Now it's up to the offense to get back out on the field and pick things up.
You know, they're out there. We'll see if they can pick those things back up.
Brings up 2nd and 4 at the 30-yard line.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Tannehill. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield. Complete.
Tannehill's pass.
Give him 3 on the play, and that is going to set up a 3rd and 1.
Well, offensively, that's the mismatch that you want. You want to force a linebacker to try and cover your back out of the backfield, out in some open space. But linebackers nowadays, they run like backs, and they take a lot of pride in covering. What a nice play he made there in the open field.
And that will be incomplete.
And that's a really good job there defensively. They went into this possession knowing that they needed to get a stop. They're in a tight ball game, and they got it done. Great work to force the 3 and out. Got the football right back for their offense. They've got to go to the sidelines feeling pretty good about themselves and encouraging their offensive mates to get some points.
Our visitors getting set to take over on offense. Things are starting to move in the right direction. They get the touchdown last drive, then their defense gets them the football back.
Yeah, now they have a chance to get the lead if they can put something together here. I'm eager to see how they decide to do it. If they want to be methodical, or do they want to take the big strike and go after it right now?
They'll start on the ground with Hines. And he'll get about 3 here as he's out to the 30.
Ball carrier. Brought down at the 30-yard line. A 3-yard pickup. Brings up 2nd and 7.
They stay on the ground. Again, it's Hines. And he gets this to the 35. Good for a gain of 5.
The ball carrier. Brought down at the 35-yard line. 5 yards on the play. And it's 3rd down.
On 3rd down, it's Hines. And he won't be close to a 1st down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the 3rd quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
Here's Johnny Hacker now as he's on to kick it away. That'll be a 43-yard punt, just a single yard on the return. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And they're coming off a 3 and out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you've called before, realize it hasn't worked
Go to
so
something
well,
else.
and maybe try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
Well, you think he loved the protection he had there all kinds of time.
And you're so right. How could you not love that? Great protection. The big guys up front really locked in on it. No one gets near the quarterback. He's got all the time in the world to survey the field and deliver for a 1st down.
And the big boys up front, a big reason why they're also winning, too. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. From the gun, here's Tannehill. And he's got his man out of the backfield. That's complete. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain.
A 7-yard pickup.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
And they'll work this down to the 40-yard line. Tackled there. It's a 1st down on a gain of 10.
1st and 10 at the 40-yard line.
Right there, 54, right there.
Tannehill on 1st down. And he will be hit from behind and run over. Wow. Chase Young. What a season he continues to have. His 15th sack of the campaign. Chalk that up as their 1st sack in this game, and they tallied 4 a week ago.
And probably not as much exultation in that sack as what took us so long. Because when you get 4 the previous week, you're counting on continuing that momentum. They didn't get that done in the first half of the game. Let's see now if they start to bring even more exotic pressure towards the quarterback.
Now, following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17. Another try after the first down sack. Tannehill. This is the tight end, Njoku.
Complete to David Njoku.
That's certainly one way to beat the blitz. Get it out of your hands quickly and get it to the big fella.
Very effective. Saw the pressure, got rid of it, and the completion ensued. They'll need to get it to the 30 for a first. This is 3rd down. Now a play fake, and it's Tannehill. He's going to look for Allen now on the deep ball. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
A deep ball down that right sideline, and he made sure that he put it where either his guy was going to catch it or no one was.
On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. Out of bounds as he appeared to be looking for the corner. He got it. They're going to mark this at the 4-yard line.
That's double win there, partner. You keep out of the return man's hands, and you pin him inside the 5-yard line. Pretty darn good.
So here are visitors to take over on offense. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back.
1 quarter remains here on a Sunday night. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Here's 2nd and 8. Throwing the out route incomplete. It's Knight. And able to get it here to about the 16-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. And he was hit as he threw it there, and it forces it incomplete. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. He'll find Vaughn complete out of the backfield. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up.
That's a good job there by the corner. We do talk about this a lot, that a lot of corners see their job as simply covering receivers. Tackling isn't everyone's thing. But in this case, he came up quickly and made a nice, sure tackle.
The offense on 3rd down tonight, they've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This is 3rd and 8. That's complete to the running back, Nyheim Hines. And he works it across the 25 before being tackled. A nice pickup of 10 means that this drive will stay on track.
And here we are in the 4th quarter, partner, and watch them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there. Not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed too.
Well, we had a number of good games in the afternoon sessions, but this Sunday nighter might top them all. We come up here on 1st and 10. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete. So now they'll come up on 2nd and 10, once again from the 28.
It's now 2nd and 10.
The throw over the middle taken in and brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. It's a pickup of 17 and a first down.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. But slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
They'll look to throw now on first down. Throwing over the middle, and it's incomplete. He was looking for his running back, Nyheim Hines. That'll bring up 2nd down.
They've given up a few first downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Now left side, a completion to his tight end. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead. This will be the 8th play of the drive. It's 3rd and 7.
And it's 3rd down.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or 2 shy of the 40. 11 more yards there. This methodical drive continues.
I love the drive they're working on here because they know they can take the lead with a touchdown. And so far on this drive, so good. They've moved the ball down the field with very little resistance defensively. But they better be prepared for some adjustments to come their way now.
So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. Back to throw again.
That's caught. It's Keyshawn Vaughn.
No gain on the screen there. It's 2nd down.
To Keyshawn Vaughn. No gain on the play. 2nd and 10 at the 41-yard line.
He'll find Aguara complete. And this winds up a pickup of 2, maybe 2.5 to about the 39. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up. First down marker at the 31. It's 3rd down. They'll look to throw again. They'll try and set up the screen to Hines. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out.
Complete to Naheem Hines.
Let's give a little credit there. The offensive play caller sensed that the screen pass was available. Whenever you're getting a lot of heavy pressure towards your quarterback, that's when you're thinking about running the screen and using that pressure against the defense. And it worked very well there for a first down.
On first down, he'll drop to throw. And that incompletion breaks a string of 5 straight connections. And it's 2nd down.
Malik Hooker on the coverage.
And down inside the 15 he goes. 11 yards there, first down.
A gain of 11 on the play. First down, Dragons.
Inside the red zone here, they'll look to throw. That's going to be caught at the 10-yard line. And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. 3 yards the gain there, 2nd down.
Pickup of 3. Brings up 2nd and 7 at the 10-yard line.
This will be caught at about the 6. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line.
To number 46.
First target, first catch, and a first down.
At the 2-yard line.
They'll try to run with Hines. And it's been like this all night long. Nowhere to run as they stop him behind the line. Back at the 5-yard line now, 2nd and goal. And it's caught. Touchdown.
Touchdown.
Corey Davis, his 9th touchdown of the season. And his guys have taken the lead. And all about timing there on that short slant, Charles.
Exactly right. That was timed up so well. The route, the throw, touchdown.
Now the extra point.
Point after.
And that will make this a 4-point game.
Is good.
So that about as lengthy a drive as you're ever going to see.
Armadillos 13.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped at the 23-yard line.
At their own 23-yard line.
Austin's offense ready to go again. And now they'll look to answer working from behind. And remember, this offense has sputtered yet to score here in the second half. They'll need to change that here. On first down, it's Tannehill. And that is incomplete.
Tannehill's pass.
Once again, they'll go from the 23-yard line on 2nd and 10. Out of the gun, Tannehill. He's got Njoku, his big tight end. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he gets it to the 34. Good enough for the first. They're able to convert with a gain of 4.
And they really needed to get something going, didn't they? They had punted on the last 2 possessions. The running game starting to come to the front for them, providing a nice pickup there to keep this drive going.
So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. A shotgun snap for Tannehill. And over the middle, this is Parker. They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down.
4 yards on the pickup.
4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game. So it's our home team here in possession of the football as we come back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. It's a 1st down on a gain of 10.
4A.
Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line.
4 yards.
Back-to-back nice plays. 12 yards that time and a 1st down. High throw, but the catch is made. And he's taken down inside the 30. Now whistles here, and we've got a man down. Man down on the field. And this is certainly not what you want to see in the final week of the year. We'll be back. Back to throw. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down. An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10.
I think that was good strategy there, trying to go right back to him after the last completion. But this time, the defense was all over him, and they got there to break that one up.
1st and 10 at the
Tannehill throwing again. 70th catch for him on the year. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. Chase Young in there to take him down, and the clock will roll. That's going to be caught at the 10-yard line. And he's across for the touchdown. And in the final minute, that should just about seal it.
Wow, I know it's a never-say-never situation, but to me, that looks like that's the one that's going to finish them off.
The score that puts them in front here late, but not. You got to rally your kick team, don't you, and say the last thing we need is a big return.
And what happens is guys get overeager, get out of their lane because they're so excited they want to make the last tackle. You mess up, could come back at you a long way.
He's got it, and this is indeed up to a 3-point lead. A pretty long drive that time, 11 plays all told. And it's capped off by the late touchdown that puts him out in front here in the final minute of the contest. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This one fielded at the 5. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line.
And 10 at their own 26-yard line.
The situation for him offensively as follows. Down on the scoreboard. At time, a huge factor. A possible crippling loss to their playoff status in the balance, barring a late score. He'll look to throw. Quick hitter here, it's complete. Now another timeout called for by the offense as the clock will stop with just under 30 seconds left to go. They'll look to throw. They will find Davis. That's complete.
The pass.
They'll get to the line here, but remember, it's also 3rd down. He's back to throw.
That's taken in by Duvernay.
And now with 6 seconds remaining, they're going to burn their final timeout. One score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. And he's got a man, Corey Davis.
Tonight's final
Well, going into the final play of this game, they knew that they needed some type of a miracle there at the very end, but they couldn't get it done. However, we were treated to really a spectacular affair.
Even though they didn't finish it off, you're exactly right. They took us down to the last play. You were wondering, could it happen? Possibly, even though we both knew it was a long shot.
So for Austin, they'll hit double digits with their 10th win of the year. And that is maybe not exactly what they were hoping for, but a better than average season nonetheless. Meanwhile, for our visitors, we'll have to see what happens as they're going to finish the year 10-6. And they'll get their shot at playoff football as they'll be on the road next week as a wild card. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports.